Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. So, it's been a while since we've had an update on the channel here on the YouTubes. We've got our winter crops in. Now we are working on pulling the fuel tank out of the ship box. So, this is a how-to. So we'll have pauses here and there while I tinker and do a little bit snippets of what I'm doing. But we'll take you under there right now, see what we're working with. So right now, you crawl under here. This is on a 94 Nissan Pathfinder SE with the 3-liter 2-wheel drive 5-speed. You got a skid plate, which is right there. That's going to be 1 bolt, 2 bolts, 3 bolts, and 4 bolts. That will drop the skid plate, and that is a 11/16 is what I'm using. And then in order to drop the tank, I'm assuming it is that bolt and that bolt, and then doing your fuel neck, which is over on the passenger side up over there. I'm going to go ahead and leave the fuel neck on the tank itself. There's 3 bolts by the filler cap, and then a bracket bolt up into this fender well right here. Excuse me. And then we'll be back with the tank down, and then go from there. And obviously you'll disconnect your fuel lines up above. Okay, so it was 4 bolts. 4. 1. There's my finger. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you'll come under here. There's, don't mind all the mud. There's that bracket right there where it has a little clean spot. That's 1 bolt, which is a 1/2 inch. And these little guys were a 7/16. I'm just waiting for my impact to charge so we can go ahead and finish dropping this tank. And then there's the fuel return line and the fuel line sending it up to the block. So while that charges, I'm gonna finish my smoke and then get back at it. We'll return. Well, all of the work that I just did earlier on pulling the skid plate out, trying to drop the tank, was unnecessary. So, if you have a 1994 Nissan Pathfinder or D21 hardbody with the 3-liter, and it's, I believe, the SE, you don't gotta drop the tank. You just open your back hatch, flip the carpet up, and then voila! There's 4 bolts, and this plate comes off. And then you'll disconnect your fuel lines from here, undo all these bolts, and this pain in the ass fucking plug, you pull that apart, and it fits. And you just pull it right out, and it fits right through the hole. And then putting it back in, you reverse the process. We will do that Wednesday. So, stay tuned, and we will get back to you. Peace. Well, good morning, everybody. We're back here doing the fuel pump on a 94 Nissan Pathfinder. That pile of shit over there. So, you got the pump out and everything, and you can't find the damn pump anywhere. Full assembly, float, everything. Well, don't need to. If you get the pump, you will pull out your whole assembly. It'll come out like this. This is the new one already on here. There's a tab there and over here on the other side, and then there's that screw hole there, that screw hole there. That little bracket will come off, which is that guy right there. You'll undo that hose and then pull it out. Undo your hot and ground wires off the pump, which is like that. This one is your hot, this one's your ground. You'll pull those off, and you can reuse the wires that are already on the whole assembly. And then you'll have to take that breather off, that breather off, which is this guy right here, and you'll just stick it back on with some clamps, put it all back together, and stick it back in the car and wire it back up. We will get back to that here in a second. Alright, she is all buttoned back up. Your hot and ground's all connected. All the bracketry that's holding the pump in is all screwed back in. Return line's back in its home. Filter's all buttoned up. Breather, I'm assuming that is. And now we go stick it back in its hole, right down into there. Well, hello there. So give me a half a shake and we will put it back in. Just like that, she is back in her hole. You'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws or little bolts about these guys. They take a 5/16 socket or a Phillips screwdriver, but there's probably crud built up into the head of the screws, and you'll bolt it back on. Plug this pile of garbage in. This thing's a pain in the ass, and then hook up your lines, prime the pump. Should be good to go. Appreciate everybody stopping in. Any questions, concerns, tips that you may have found when you've been doing this job before, put it in the comments. Subscribe. We will have more how-tos on this particular vehicle once I get to them, and then we'll also have how-tos on the old brick nose 7.3 IDI. Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping in. Catch you later.